So 18 days in custody, 13 days in jail so far. No bail for actor Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan. A Mumbai Sessions Court today rejected Aryan Khan's bail plea, saying prima facie, it does appear that Aryan was dealing in illicit drug activities regularly and that he is a part of a larger drug network. Aryan Khan's legal team will now approach the Bombay High Court at 10:30 tomorrow. But given that the Bombay High Court only has about 8 working days left before the Diwali break, is Shah Rukh Khan's son staring at an extended jail stay? Vidya and Mustafa Sheikh bring you our top story.
Aryan Khan stays in jail. A special court in Mumbai rejected Aryan's bail plea in the Mumbai cruise drug case on Wednesday. In an 18-page order, the court observed that the investigation may unearth a larger conspiracy. The judge said WhatsApp chats of Aryan Khan submitted by the NCB indicate that the accused was dealing in illicit drug activities on a regular basis. The court says it cannot be said that the accused will not commit a similar offence once out on bail. The court ruled that it is not a fit case for granting bail and says the charges attract sections of 29 and 37 of the NDPS Act. The court further observed that evidence on record shows that it cannot be said that there are reasonable grounds for believing that the accused are not guilty of such offence. The ruling is the big setback for Shah Rukh Khan's son.
Young kids should not be confined for such a long extent. You just see what are you gaining and what are you losing. If you evaluate, the pros and cons are too much. If you are confining somebody to a prison and then you're trying to educate, I really don't forecast the advantages. The advantages are less, disadvantages are more.
The NCB, under fire from many quarters over its probe, has got a big boost. Aryan's lawyers have now moved the Bombay High Court for bail. They are likely to seek an early hearing as the court will go on a Diwali break between November 1 and 6th.
The 23-year-old star kid has been in Arthur Road jail since October 8. Prolonged investigation spells trouble for Aryan as NCB might push for more serious charges against the superstar's son. With camera person Swaraj, this is Divyesh Singh in Mumbai for India Today.
So the Narcotics Control Bureau is relying extensively on Aryan Khan's WhatsApp chats, just as it did incidentally in the Riya Chakrabarti case. The Sessions Court Special Judge V.V. Patil has said that Aryan Khan's WhatsApp chats prima facie reveal that he was dealing in illicit drug activities on a regular basis. The Supreme Court has given 2 different observations on the admissibility of WhatsApp chats in the last 2 years. The question remains, what will the Bombay High Court do now and rely on?
The Narcotics Control Bureau is claiming WhatsApp chats as the clincher that links Aryan Khan to an international drug conspiracy. India Today has learned that the NCB has presented Aryan's chats with an upcoming Bollywood actress. The chats are allegedly about the cruise party. Sources say that Aryan and the actress were discussing drugs in the chats. Apart from these chats, Aryan's alleged conversations with some drug peddlers have also been submitted by the NCB. In fact, in the hearing last week, NCB asked the Sessions Court to note WhatsApp chat between Aryan Khan and his friend and co-accused Arbaz Merchant, where they said that they're going to have a blast. Aryan's legal team has argued that while the lingo of today's generation could generate suspicion, having a blast could mean something totally different and therefore cannot be the basis for culpability or denial of bail. Judge V.V. Patil of the Mumbai Sessions Court clearly did not buy Aryan Khan's defense today as he rejected the star kid's bail. The judge observed, WhatsApp chats prima facie reveal that accused number 1, Aryan Khan, is dealing in illicit drug activities of narcotic substances on regular basis. Therefore, it cannot be said that the accused number 1 is not likely to commit similar offence while on bail. And that incriminating material in form of WhatsApp chats show the nexus of accused number 1 with suppliers and peddlers. While NCB is relying heavily on the WhatsApp chats to implicate Shah Rukh Khan's son, the Supreme Court in January 2020 observed WhatsApp messages, which are verbal communications, are a matter of evidence with regard to their meaning and its content to be proved during the trial and cross-examination. However, in July this year, top court held that there is no evidential value to WhatsApp chats since anything can be created or deleted on social media. Just like the Riya Chakrabarti case, in Aryan's case too, WhatsApp chats have formed the Narcotics Control Bureau's probe. Do chats about having blast suggest illicit drug trafficking? Will these chats hold as evidence in the Bombay High Court now? Bureau Report, India Today.
Suchitra Krishnamurti, actor and Shah Rukh Khan's co-star in the 1994 super hit Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, joins me on India First. Suchitra Krishnamurti, no bail for Aryan Khan. He's already been in jail for 13 days and could be in jail much longer. Your appreciation and your thoughts. He's been in jail 17 days now, in custody.
I think I'm as shocked as the rest of the country and about why Aryan Khan and his companions and his friends are still being held in jail, being given the harshest punishment, given to criminals when we are being constantly told that there were no drugs in their possession and they were neither, suppliers or consumers of large quantities. So this definitely, something seems very amiss, something seems like it is some kind of harassment, some kind of political game that's going on. And as a citizen, I just hope, my thoughts, like a lot of people are, that I hope laws are being followed. I hope this is not just some vendetta, that he's not paying the price for some, for being his father's son. And even if it is a national agency, they have to be accountable to laws and to public. And I hope, I hope good sense prevails. I hope truth prevails, and I hope justice prevails. I think as a nation we need this. It is commendable, the job the NSB,
NCB
is doing. There's no doubt about it. But NCB is doing. I'm sorry, but I don't know. It's something is amiss. Something is not right with bail being denied when no criminality has been proved, so something is wrong.
No, but criminality, for criminality to be proved, that evidence will be put on record. But why do you have an apprehension that he may not get a fair trial? Is this because in your thinking, is this because of his celebrity status, that he's Shah Rukh Khan's son?
Yes, as I already said, I definitely think Aryan is being targeted because of his celebrity status, as are his companions. And there definitely seems to be something amiss, because it doesn't seem to be following the laws of, quantities that are found in their possession or not found, that are for consumption, that come within a limit. It definitely seems to me that he's paying the price of being a celebrity kid, and it's almost like they want to make a lesson of him, and it is not fair. I think the punishment must fit the crime or fit the offense, and in this case it's something is wrong. It's not correct,
because the allegations are serious. The case that is being put together by the Narcotics Control Bureau speaks of being a repeat offender. But you've also hinted at a political game or wheels within wheels. The NCP has alleged that Bharatiya Janata Party workers were a part of that raid in which Aryan Khan was arrested. So is that also your appreciation, that there is a political game being played?
Yes. What were those BJP workers doing on the cruise ship along with the NCB officers while they were conducting the raid? Were they authorized to be there? I know a senior officer of the NCB came and said that is protocol, but and for civilians to be part of the raid. But do BJP and do political karmacharis or karyakartas, I'm not sure of the phrase, are they treated as civilians in these matters? Why is it that they had the tip? And why is it that these people are still being held without adequate proof of quantities found on them? And that guy, that Gosavi guy who, very shamelessly put out a picture of himself like one glamour-struck wannabe with Aryan Khan, why is he not being investigated? The Pune court has put a lookout for him. On what authority, on whose authority was he there to begin with? I hope there are parallel agencies that can, curb such kind of practices that are being carried out. I mean, is it lawful? We all want to know that. We're all equally nationalistic. We all want the drugs menace to end, but there must be rules followed, and there must be some fairness. I mean, one must think that this is not just harassment and vendetta, and that it's actually an attempt to rid the country of drugs, and not just distract from the Mundra case or from the Lakhimpur violence. So there is something very wrong, and I hope it is set right.
Okay. So you're saying that justice must not only be done, it must be seen to be done. And is this the reason that we see Bollywood at least come out and speak a little in support of actor Shah Rukh Khan or his son Aryan? Because there were drug cases in the past where stars didn't really speak. Is there an apprehension that in case this is unchecked, there could be either a witch hunt?
See, I don't know about the rest of the industry, but I did speak out a lot, even in the Sushant case. It's unfortunate that a lot of the film industry people had chosen to stay silent. Of course, that was a far more grave matter, and an actor had lost his life. But this almost seems like a, I didn't get you then, I'll get you this time kind of scenario. Because if nothing was found, then why are these boys and girls being held? So it definitely seems to be some kind of, I'll teach you a lesson kind of game that's going on. I hope not, but unless the NCB has proof, to deny bail for the third or fourth time to people who are not in possession, who nothing has been proved, definitely seems like something is not quite right. And I hope, that good sense prevails, and that laws are being followed. And yes, it's high time, the industry stood up for this. Not just the industry, every citizen who believes in this. And yes, it could be anybody next, you get seen in the wrong place at the wrong time and you're going to be put in jail for that. My God. It's a scary state of affairs for the country to be in, so I hope, really, like I pray that good sense prevails and all this madness comes to an end.
Okay, but in this case, according to the case of the Narcotics Control Bureau, and when you read through the documents in the court order, certain drugs, certain pills, it was not found on Aryan Khan, but on the other co-accused, whether it was Arbaz Merchant or Munmun Dhamecha and certain other people who've been taken into custody. X amount of NDPS cases have been put because some drugs have been found. But is this your case, that there is something amiss, that in a huge cruise ship, just about a little amount of drugs was found and only 20 people were taken into custody, 8 from the ship and some more on the basis of their interrogation?
And tell me, such a large cruise ship with over 1,000 passengers on board, just these 8 guys are taken off the ship. The rest of the ship is allowed to sail and party and go into the high seas, So was it investigated what happened to that ship after it left port? How many drugs were otherwise on the ship? All the attention was just on this bunch of 8 people. It's scary to imagine that, tomorrow you or me or anybody from the public can just be at a public gathering, where someone else is consuming drugs, some stuff is going on somewhere, and just because you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're put in jail and they, they throw away the key. This is a very dangerous state of affairs, and there's so many layers that need to be unraveled, and I hope it's done, because what is happening is heart-wrenching, and as a parent I can just not even imagine the pain that the parents of these youngsters are going through, it is unimaginable, and this madness must end, please.
And
let's just put an end to this madness.
Okay, so what you're saying is there needs to be more transparency in the working of the Narcotics Control Bureau. Of course, their zonal director, Samir Wankhede, after the court order denying bail to the three accused, Aryan Khan, Arbaz Merchant and Munmun Dhamecha, when that order came, he did tweet Satyamev Jayate once this bail plea was rejected. Of course, opposition parties are also claiming that there needs to be more transparency in the functioning of NCB. Some are even calling it a publicity stunt.
With all due respect, I think Mr. Samir Wankhede is so keen on being a hero that he's forgotten who the real villains are. He's going after the children and the women, where all the big sharks, all the real, narco terrorists and everything are going scot-free. May good sense prevail, and may this madness end. It's too much.
May good sense prevail. Suchitra Krishnamurti, for the moment, many thanks for joining me here on India Today. The Narcotics Control Bureau, of course, through the Additional Solicitor General in court, has maintained that there is a wider link that is under investigation. There are some WhatsApp chats. But again, is this evidence that's admissible in a court of law? Is there corroborative evidence? That is extremely critical in this case. Now, Aryan Khan, we are told, is having a tough time as an under trial in prison. Officials have told India Today that Shah Rukh Khan's son was hoping to walk out of Arthur Road jail this evening. He appears to be extremely disturbed. He's told some of the other inmates in prison that he's innocent. He's tagged inmate number 956. He is being counseled as an under trial at the Arthur Road jail. Our Mumbai bureau gets us more.
Only 12 kilometers separate Arthur Road jail from Bandstand in Bandra. But it's a world away for Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan.
The 23-year-old has been in Mumbai's Arthur Road jail since October 8, devoid of the comforts of his family's palatial house, Mannat.
Lodged in a Spartan barrack in Mumbai's high-security prison. Aryan's life has undergone a sea change in the last 18 days since he was caught during the drug bust on a cruise ship. India Today has learned that when Aryan was in custody of the narcotics agency, he was counselled by NCB Zonal Director Samir Wankhede. Aryan, it is learned, was repentant during the counselling and promised that he would quit his drug habit and turn a new leaf. During counselling, Aryan apparently told Wankhede that he would enter social service to help people from the weaker sections. The Narcotics Bureau, however, has been relentlessly opposing Aryan's bail plea. During the hearing on October 14, the Drug Probe Agency said Aryan's WhatsApp chat showed links to international drug peddlers. In fact, all those arrested were connected to a drug ring. Aryan's defense is that no drugs were found in him, and he was just an invitee to the party on the cruise ship. While the NCB says Aryan is part of a big drug network, many feel that he's paying the price of being a celebrity.
क्या है कि this is the price film industry has to pay for high profile. अब आप जब high profile होते हैं तो लोगों को आपको नीचे खींचने में, आप पे पत्थर फेंकने में, आप पे कीचड़ उछालने में एक मजा आता है. अगर आप कुछ भी नहीं है तो किसके पास टाइम है कि आपको पत्थर मारे.
Bureau Report, India Today.
And as the special Mumbai court rejects Aryan Khan's bail plea, his family now appears to be looking for divine intervention. Our Mumbai bureau reports that Aryan Khan's mother, Gaurav Khan, has kept a special mannat at their house. She was reportedly fasting during the Navratri for her son. Gaurav Khan has also directed all the staff at that house that there will be no sweets made in the house, in the kitchen, till Aryan is released.
The Khans hope that Aryan will be out of custody before Diwali. Gauri, who's not that religious, even kept fasts and a special mannat for her son during Navratri. According to a close friend of the family, Gauri has been praying day in and day out to seek help from the divine for Aryan's release. In fact, Gauri Khan has also issued a diktat to her staff that no sweets will be cooked in the kitchen until Aryan Khan's release. An insider source revealed that there was an incident where she found that the staff was cooking kheer on one of the lunch menus. Gauri immediately put a stop to it and instructed the staff that there will be no sweets cooked in the Mannat kitchen until her son Aryan is out on bail. An insider reveals that the mood at Mannat has been gloomy and somber. Despite the festivities outside, Shah Rukh and Gauri have clearly been in no mood to celebrate. Shah Rukh has been receiving support from his friends in the industry, but has reportedly requested them to avoid coming to his house as it brings extra media attention and glare. Even then, superstar Salman Khan had publicly extended his support by visiting his friend on multiple occasions. Filmmaker Karan Johar too had visited SRK at his home in this time of distress. Mannat, which has often been decorated and lit up for festivals like Eid and Diwali, now looks like it's expecting to hear some good news so that the lights can go up just in time for Diwali. Bureau Report, India Today.
Aryan Khan's legal team will be at the Bombay High Court 10:30 tomorrow morning and will seek bail from a superior court. We will continue to track developments on that story. That is all I have time for on India First this evening. Coming up on the other side of a quick break, Udayan Mukherjee answers your stock market related queries on a special show, Business Today.